this game, are you going to switch back to 12 forwards and 6 defensemen?
Yeah, definitely.
Is Bryson the one that's not going to play tonight?
Yep, he's out. Ryan will be in, Johnson.
You guys have had a lot of trouble in this rink. Obviously, it's been a while since you got a win here. I mean, what's the biggest thing in your mind to compete against this team?
60 minutes. I don't know that we've had a lot of trouble. We've had trouble, and we've had. When I say that, it's you can't have trouble for 5 minutes. You could play 55 really good minutes, and if you have trouble for 5, that could be the difference in the game. So, they're a team that plays very direct and very consistent. They hit the repeat button, as I've said, and they do it for 60 minutes. So you've got to be on your game for the duration. You got to string more segments together, and even when you're having bad ones, you got to defend well. So it's a great building for that type of a challenge and that type of effort to play more of a complete game, and it's exciting to be in that. That's what we need.
Do you have to be more patient against a team that plays like that?
You have to be patient every night, I guess, is my thought when you say that, Paul. Patient maybe in different ways, yeah, absolutely. But, they pressure pucks. That's what they do. Anybody watching tonight can just see they just pressure everywhere. Their D are uptight. Their 3 forwards are pressuring the offensive zone. So, you've got to be strong in puck battles to break that pressure. And then you have to be patient potentially after that. If you can expand the rink on them and get them running, any team that pressures, that's to your benefit. Or when you see a team struggle that pressures, that's usually what's happening. They're trying to cover more ice than less, and so hopefully we can be strong in battles when we're confined through forechecks and expand the ice when we have opportunities.
We've talked a lot about J.J. Peterka's offense, but Alex made the point after the game Saturday, the empty net goal. One of the key things was J.J. getting off the ice and not trying to be a hero and go for the goal. I mean, how much subtlety is that for a young guy to understand in that situation what he needs to do there?
Well, that is a good point by Alex. I think it's also within that point by Alex, you can see the older players working with JJ, and that's a big part of it. That's and even our older players are young. I mean, these guys are still. There's a lot of first-time experiences, even with guys that are our older guys. But it's positive. Anytime you can get players helping players, it's obviously makes our life a lot easier and makes me much happier. That's for sure.
We've talked a lot about your penalty killing, but your goaltenders seem to really have been coming up big during your penalty kills too. You know the old saying, your goaltender very often is your best penalty killer. But has that been a huge part of why your penalty killing has improved too? Is the way the goaltenders have played during the penalty kill?
There's no question that goaltending is a huge part of it, but I do believe that they're playing as a unit better. The goaltenders and the 2 defensemen net front. The goaltenders challenging, the goalies I should say, are challenging shots with the confidence that when a puck slips to the side of you, which happens so frequently with traffic and tips in front of the net, that they don't have to worry about that. There's less, that's the responsibility of the defenseman, the pucks that fall to the side. We've done a nice job. I mentioned Tage Thompson's stick, clearing a puck out that was an easy tap-in goal. And when you're doing it right on a penalty kill, it looks like there's an almost goal on a lot of those shots. But coverage is designed to take that almost goal away with 2 defensemen on the side of your goaltender. And we've had lots of that, lots of kills in that area that probably went in our net last year. So much better job all around, but definitely the goaltenders are part of that.
It's big every night, but the way these 2 teams play, how big does a special teams battle become? And you have to win it if you think that you're going to win the game tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to win it, but it's at the end of the day, you look at the score sheet and it tells you how big that was. Some nights it is, other nights it's not. But I don't like to go into the game and say that. I think if there's one thing you go into the game, you probably try to stay out of the box, out of respect for your opponent. But yeah, it's who knows what's going to be the deciding factors tonight, but you just know it's going to be 60 minutes of high compete. And you got to be ready for all situations, those included.
Yeah, I think with young players, how important is it? The Canes have it on their side. Clearly, you have it here. Just giving them confidence. Just go back out there and keep playing. You do that. Roddy seems to do that well. You don't leave a guy on the bench if they make a mistake. Go back out there and learn from it. Don't do it again.
Yeah, I think what Roddy's built here has been through that. tough love, encouragement in the same, all in the same, breath here. They've done a nice job. They're a team with a very strong identity based on work ethic, and they have developed plenty of skill through their process. So, like I said, this is a fun game to play against a team that is as good as they are and consistently good. That's the key. The teams, they're probably one of the more consistent teams in the league, and you've got to be ready for all 60 minutes. And as I mentioned, not to downplay special teams, but every moment matters out there.
It's already the 100th game for Owen Power. What stands out when you think of the growth from that first game in Toronto to now?
Yeah, I mean, the exciting part is how much he has to grow. As you get to know him more as a player, you realize how much better he's going to become every day. And he's come a long way already, but wow, is he going to be, the potential is just enormous when you watch him and watch film, the things that he'll be able to add to his game. So, 100 in, he's done a very nice job, obviously. But it's fun when you watch film and you see how much better he's going to get day by day just by going through different experiences.